Summer plans Man United transfer news live. Pochettino lined up to replace Ten Hag. United Marc Guehi, Rashford snubbed by England. Manchester United are said to be lining up Mauricio Pochettino to potentially replace manager Erik Ten Hag this summer. Chelsea parted ways with the Argentine on Tuesday evening, and now he could be in line for a move to Old Trafford. Meanwhile, Man United are interested in signing Crystal Palace star Marc Guehi this summer, according to reports. Elsewhere, Marcus Rashford has been dramatically snubbed by Gareth Southgate for England's preliminary Euro 2024 squad. Man United 11 under Pochettino. Manchester United could be ready to pounce after Mauricio Pochettino's shock Chelsea departure. And here, Sunsport looks at how United could line up under Pochettino. Neville's Fergie shock. Manchester United legend Gary Neville was left stunned after finding out that Sir Alex Ferguson almost left Old Trafford in 1998. The revelation did not reach the players at the time due to Ferguson's immediate change of heart. Upon hearing the news while filming for the documentary, which focuses on United's historic treble-winning campaign, Neville was left completely taken aback. The manager? I wouldn't like to have that conversation with him. I didn't even know that until today. Ferguson's shock resignation. Manchester United legend Sir Alex Ferguson almost left Old Trafford in 1998. Ferguson handed in his resignation on the eve of the 1998-99 treble-winning season after growing frustrated with the club's hierarchy. Having narrowly lost out on the Premier League title to Arsenal just a few months prior, Fergie was accused of taking his eye off the ball. Sir Alex was quick to backtrack on his resignation and withdrew it just a few hours later. We'd felt that maybe he'd got a little bit more interested in his outside interests than perhaps he should have done, and that just needed readdressing. He was obviously becoming a celebrity, interested in his racing and all the rest of it. So as chief exec, it's your job to know your staff. It was just what shall we say, a correction. I put it in writing. I knew he wouldn't be happy about it, and he wasn't. He offered his resignation, which obviously I had to accept. Man United storm. Manchester United are allegedly involved in a tapping storm after Dan Ashworth accidentally revealed their secret talks in an email. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is attempting to transform United from top to bottom after buying a 25% stake in the club, and started by appointing Omar Barada as chief executive and Jason Wilcox as technical director. However, a new sporting director is yet to be appointed after top target Dan Ashworth was placed on gardening leave by Newcastle, who are believed to be demanding £20 million compensation. Now the Daily Mail has offered an update on the situation and claimed Ashworth was involved in an embarrassing blunder, an error of judgment, along with Barada. The report claims that Ashworth sent an email to a Newcastle United address inadvertently revealing he was being tapped up by incoming Barada. United and the Magpies both declined to comment when contacted by Sunsport, as this report stated that the incident could be looked at by the Premier League. Marc Guehi latest. Crystal Palace are in talks to sign Real Betis star Chadi Riyad, whom they see as a replacement for Manchester United target Marc Guehi. Palace are closing in on an initial £10 million deal to sign Riyad as they brace for interest in Guehi by Arsenal, United and Manchester City this summer. It is expected to be a busy summer for the Eagles after their superb end to the season under manager Oliver Glasner. Glasner is confident his club can keep hold of their star men, with great interest in Eberechi and Michael Olise as well as Guehi, Man United's defensive targets. Manchester United will look to boost their back line during the summer transfer window. Crystal Palace's Marc Guehi and Everton's Gerard Branthwaite pose as United's top targets. Palace rate their centre-back at £65 million, but he's seen as an alternative to the Toffees star. Both defenders have been included in England boss Gareth Southgate's preliminary squad ahead of Euro 2024. Rashford snubbed by England. Manchester United ace Marcus Rashford hasn't been included in England's preliminary squad ahead of Euro 2024 following a disappointing season. The Three Lions boss Gareth Southgate explained he left Rashford out because other players had better seasons. These are of course difficult calls. You are talking about players that are very important players. With Marcus, in that area of the pitch, I feel that other players have had better seasons. It's as simple as that. Mauricio Pochettino interest. Mauricio Pochettino has been linked with Manchester United just hours after his departure from Chelsea. Pochettino has returned to the frame 2 years after missing out on United's top job. The Red Devils chief Sir Jim Ratcliffe could be ready to have talks with the Argentinian tactician as Erik Ten Hag has come under fire. The 52-year-old was in a two-horse race with Ten Hag for the United job in April 2022, as he approached the exit door at Paris Saint-Germain. The Manchester Giants' then decision-makers Richard Arnold and John Murtough are understood to have spoken to him then. But the duo was swayed by the Dutchman's depth of knowledge of the club and his ideas to turn things round. United Palace star. Manchester United are reportedly exploring the possibility of a move for Crystal Palace defender Marc Guehi. It has been reported that the Eagles rate the centre-back at £65 million. Guehi is seen as an alternative target to Everton's Gerard Branthwaite, Red Devils linked to Poch. Mauricio Pochettino is in the frame to be the new Manchester United boss 2 years after missing out on the job, writes Neil Custis. Pochettino has left Chelsea by mutual consent, and Ineos chief Sir Jim Ratcliffe could be ready to have talks with the former Tottenham boss, with Erik Ten Hag clinging on to his job at Old Trafford. The 52-year-old Argentine was in a two-horse race with Ten Hag for the United job in April 2022, as he approached the exit door at Paris Saint-Germain. United's then kingmakers Richard Arnold and John Murtough are understood to have spoken to him then, but were swayed by Ten Hag's depth of knowledge of United and his ideas to turn things round. While the Dutchman did just that in his first season, finishing third and winning the Carabao Cup, things have gone into reverse in this campaign with an 8th-placed Premier League finish and group stage exit from the Champions League. United still have this Saturday's FA Cup final to come. In a repeat of last year's Wembley showpiece against neighbours Manchester City, Rashford would suit Gunners. Victor Osimhen or Marcus Rashford could solve Arsenal's lack of true firepower. So says Gunners legend Emmanuel Petit, who also reckons Arsenal need up to 4 new players to dethrone champs Manchester City next season. Speaking on behalf of Boyle Sports, who offer Euro 2024 betting odds, the ex-midfielder said, "I think Arsenal need a 30-goal striker to finally win the Premier League, and that man could be Victor Osimhen, who has been amazing with Lille then Napoli. His dream is to come to England and he could be brilliant here. He's physically so strong and is an out-and-out number 9, so he'd be my first choice. But I also think Rashford would be a great addition as he can play out wide and up front." To compete with Man City, Arsenal need 4 more players, though. City can bring on 5 players with incredible quality, and right now, Arsenal can't, so they need to have a busy summer ahead. "No one else like Shaw," says Southgate. Gareth Southgate says he is going to have to get creative at left-back after admitting injury hit Luke Shaw is a long shot to make the Euros, writes Tom Barkley. The Manchester United star, 28, has been included in Southgate's provisional squad. But he looks unlikely to make the tournament, having been out since February with a muscle issue. Southgate said, "I have to say he's up against it. He's missed a lot of football. The fact that he's been our first choice in that position, we're probably giving him a bit longer than we might have done. I'd have to say he's a long shot. There isn't another player like Shaw who can build and come and play off the outside of his foot with that sort of craft. That player isn't there. So we have to find a different way. Some of the biggest clubs in our league have had to adapt without a natural left-back. Some have played midfield players there, some have played centre-backs there. We're going to have to do something similar." Southgate admits Shaw gamble. Luke Shaw faces a race to be fit for this summer's Euros after being named in England's 33-man preliminary squad. Gareth Southgate has revealed the Manchester United fullback is up against it. He explained, "Luke Shaw's up against it. He's missed a lot of football. The fact that he has been our first choice in that position means we've probably given him a lot longer than we would have done others. I'm not sure what's realistic at this time. I have to say, he's a long shot." Monaco, willing to sell Youssouf Fofana could be looming larger than ever on the radar for Manchester United. Monaco director Thiago Sqaud has reportedly suggested the Ligue 1 giants are willing to sell the France midfielder. The £26 million rated ex-Strasbourg star might be seen as a long-term replacement at Old Trafford for 32-year-old Casemiro. United were also linked with Fofana, 25, in the January transfer window. Since then it's claimed AC Milan to have shown interest. Fofana notched 4 goals and 4 assists in 32 games for Monaco this season. Poch in frame to succeed Ten Hag. Mauricio Pochettino is in the frame to be the new Manchester United boss 2 years after missing out on the job, writes Neil Custis. Pochettino has left Chelsea by mutual consent, and Ineos chief Sir Jim Ratcliffe could be ready to have talks with the former Tottenham boss, with Erik Ten Hag clinging on to his job at Old Trafford. The 52-year-old Argentine was in a 2-horse race with Ten Hag for the United job in April 2022, as he approached the exit door at Paris Saint-Germain. United's then kingmakers Richard Arnold and John Murtough are understood to have spoken to him then, but were swayed by Ten Hag's depth of knowledge of United and his ideas to turn things round. While the Dutchman did just that in his first season, finishing 3rd and winning the Carabao Cup, things have gone into reverse in this campaign with an 8th-placed Premier League finish and group stage exit from the Champions League. United still have this Saturday's FA Cup final to come, in a repeat of last year's Wembley showpiece against neighbours Manchester City. Poch to United? United may have been put on red alert by the stunning news that Mauricio Pochettino has left Chelsea by mutual consent. The club are still said to be deciding on Erik Ten Hag's future on the club. His position may depend on United's FA Cup final with Manchester City this weekend. Should Ten Hag's side lose the final, owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe may feel inclined to go in a different direction. And Pochettino could be waiting in the wings. Arsenal target Brobby hails United. Arsenal-linked striker Brian Brobby has named the Gunners and Manchester United amongst 4 very impressive European giants he admires. Ajax's Holland star, 22, has won just 1 full cap, but he's notched 22 goals in 43 club games this season. He said, "Arsenal, I think that is a very nice club. If you look at that stadium, it's very impressive. A very nice club, but that also applies to Manchester United, FC Barcelona, and Real Madrid." Red Devils set £55 million Gerrard limit. Manchester United will reportedly refuse to pay more than £55 million for Gerrard Branthwaite. Other Prem giants like champs Man City have also been linked with the Everton centre-back. The 21-year-old's brilliant season has earned him a spot in Gareth Southgate's 33-man England training squad ahead of Euro 2024. Everton reportedly rate him at up to £80 million. But the Mail suggest Old Trafford chiefs will turn their attentions elsewhere if a bidding war goes beyond £55 million. Barca set deadline for United and Villa target Araujo. Manchester United's interest in Ronald Araujo has been boosted after Barcelona reportedly told him to say yes or no to a contract this week. Aston Villa have also been linked with the Uruguay centre-back. And United are already said to have offered Mason Mount plus £45 million for the 25-year-old. Now it's claimed Barca want a final answer from Araujo over his future, for better or worse, within days. It's understood the Spanish giants need to offload players this summer before they can BUY.NO 3rd season for Ten Hag. Rio Ferdinand reckons Manchester United boss Erik Ten Hag will depart even if Man City are beaten in Saturday's FA Cup final. Ten Hag has guided the Red Devils to 3rd and 8th in his 2 campaigns in charge. Ex-England and United defender Ferdinand said on his podcast 5, "The more and more I think about it, win or lose, I don't think Ten Hag will be there come next season. I don't think winning the FA Cup changes anything in the eyes of Ineos. I've not spoken to anyone there, this is just an assumption, this is what I think." United duo in Portugal squad. Diogo Dalot and Bruno Fernandes have both been named in Portugal's 26-man squad for Euro 2024. The Manchester United duo have won a combined 81 caps for their country, scoring 22 goals between them. Portugal face Finland, Croatia and the Republic of Ireland in friendlies before their opening match against the Czech Republic on June 18. Shaw up against it. Luke Shaw faces a race to be fit for this summer's Euros after being named in England's 33-man preliminary squad. Gareth Southgate has revealed the Manchester United fullback is up against it. He explained, "Luke Shaw's up against it. He's missed a lot of football. The fact that he has been our first choice in that position means we've probably given him a lot longer than we would have done others. I'm not sure what's realistic at this time. I have to say, he's a long shot." Southgate on Rashford. Gareth Southgate has addressed his decision to leave Marcus Rashford out of his initial 33-man squad for Euro 2024. Speaking after the announcement, the England boss explained, "These are of course difficult calls. You are talking about players that are very important players. With Marcus, in that area of the pitch, I feel that other players have had better seasons, it's as simple as that." Rashford breaks silence. Marcus Rashford has wished England luck at this summer's Euros after missing out on Gareth Southgate's squad. The Manchester United man was omitted from the Three Lions 33-man preliminary list on Tuesday. Sharing the squad list to Instagram, Rashford wrote, "Wishing Gareth and the boys all the best for the up-and-coming tournament.